Park as Bristol City host Arsenal. Well, both sides were on the road last weekend. Bristol City picked up another point, drawing 1-1 with Birmingham, while Arsenal comfortably beat North London rivals Tottenham. But the big news coming out of the Gunners' camp in the last week is that manager Joe Montemurro is to step away from the club. He led to their first Super League title for 7 years in 2019 at the end of the season. They might be all but out of the title challenge, but the race for that third Champions League spot between themselves and Manchester United is very much on. Well, for team news, it's two changes to the Bristol City side that drew with Birmingham last Sunday. There is no Ebony Salmon for a second successive home game, despite the forward starting recent matches at Tottenham and Birmingham. Elsewhere, Ella Mastrantonio drops to the bench as both Faye Bryson and Amy Palmer come into the side. Meanwhile, former gunner Carly Humphrey also starts. It's also two changes for Arsenal from the team that beat Tottenham. Lydia Williams returns in goal, replacing Manuela Zinsberger between the sticks. There's also a change in defence, with Katie McCabe dropping to the bench as Leonie Meyer makes her first start in the Women's Super League since December. The Gunners are also boosted by the return of Beth Mead following suspension. The 25-year-old is among the substitutes. Well, West Ham's win at Reading yesterday means that Bristol City are just a point clear of bottom side Aston Villa, who have 2 games in hand and far superior goal difference. Goalkeeper Sophie Bagley has hailed the progression that Bristol City have made over the course of the season so far, as they come towards the business end of it, as Matt Beard described in the week. And with those teams having games in hand around them, it's not so much in their hands. But Matt Beard has said that all his side can do is win their games and hope for the best. As both sets of players take the knee before kick-off, showing solidarity in the continued fight against racism. And it will be Bristol City in their red shirts to get us underway, kicking from left to right, as you see it on the screen, on the blow of referee Sarah Garrett's whistle in the bright sunshine in Bath at Twerton Park this afternoon. Should Bristol City avoid defeat, it would be their longest unbeaten run in the WSL since February 2019, following back-to-back draws against Tottenham and Birmingham. They come up against an Arsenal side in fine form, 4 successive wins, keeping 4 successive clean sheets in those 4 victories too. They also have 3 consecutive wins on the road. That's having gone 4 without a win away from home. As they give away possession early on here, Bristol City can try and commit some bodies forward. It's a brilliant run, this, from Turfield, eventually lost out. Arsenal can try and settle in the early stages. Well, the previous 4 meetings between these sides have all been played at Arsenal. Bristol City, though, have beaten the Gunners just once in their previous 17 WSL meetings. A 2-0 win back in 2014, nearly 7 years ago. Finished 3-1 back in October, but it was Bristol City who took the lead that afternoon. Abby Harrison after 6 minutes. Arsenal trying to play on the front foot here, though. Good feet from Jordan Nobbs. This is Danielle van der Donk. Roared off to Nobbs again. Lost out, though, as Bristol City can try and play their way forward. Positive run, this from Pike. Unable to thread it through, though. And it was Williams off her line to clear. Turfield's header, and it's an Arsenal throw. Arsenal this afternoon coming up against a Bristol City side who have certainly had an improved turn of form since the turn of the year, and really since Matt Beer took over. Just one defeat from 4 in the WSL going into this one. This is Kim Little. Nice little turn to get away from Humphrey. Now Rord. Threads it into van der Donk. Now Miedema. Strike across goal into the corner. And Arsenal, within 4 minutes, break the deadlock. And of course, it's Vivianne Miedema. It was the Dutch trio linking up. Rord, van der Donk, and then Miedema with the finishing touch. And it's Bristol City 0, Arsenal 1 in the very early stages here at Twerton Park. And Miedema, who scores her 13th goal against Bristol City. It's the most of any player against any opponent in WSL history. Robbins will be pretty sick of the sight of the Dutch forward. She loves scoring against today's opponents, and she's at it again. It's all about Bristol City's reaction now. Of course, last season, Arsenal broke the Women's Super League record for the heaviest win over an opponent, beating Bristol City 11-1. It's a very good start to this game from the Gunners. Helped on by Pike after Harrison's flick. Palmer's knocked down, picked up by Little. Belty's ball forward into Rord. Now Miedema tried to play it wide to Nobbs. It nearly broke for Rord again. Here's Nobbs. Ford trying to turn. Nobbs again. Lifts it towards the far post. It was a vital interception with Miedema lurking. But it's all Arsenal in the early stages. They're on the hunt for a second here. Here's Nobbs again. Miedema. Lovely control. Van der Donk into Rord, tried to flick it beyond Palmer to try and create a bit of room. Well, despite the early goal Bristol City have conceded, I'm sure that Matt Beard's game plan won't completely go out of the window. They'll still try and stay as compact as possible and limit Arsenal to as little opportunity as possible in front of goal. Bagley beating Miedemar to the ball. Nobbs trying to control. Can't get out of their own half at the moment, Bristol City. This is Van der Donk. Miedemar, brilliant turn again. Marritt's in a foot race with Daniels and just about gave it away to Pike. Good ball through that from Harrison. Pike unable to get there though, ahead of Lotte Wubben-Moy. Brilliant improvisation, that from Gilroyd. Picked up here by Van der Donk. The advantage was with Arsenal, who win a free kick. Taken quickly by Van der Donk. Attempted 1-2 between Ford and Meyer. Ford clattered into Palmer. It's a Bristol City free kick. Ford, who, alongside Lydia Williams and Bristol City's Anna Mastrantonio, they've all been called up to the Australian squad for the forthcoming international break. Daniels trying to make the most of that crossfield ball. Well seen out by Noel Moritz. Bristol City now with an opportunity to press high, but Arsenal playing their way round the press, but lost out to Humphrey. Instead, Velty to clear, and Roord can try and bring it away here for Arsenal. Advantage with the Gunners as Nobbs picks up possession on the right. The cross is deep and is picked up here by Ford. Miedemar. Eventually cleared by Humphrey. But Arsenal are in the mood, there's no doubt about that. They started this game with a real good intensity. Helped, of course, having broken the deadlock so early on through Miedemar. Just 3 minutes gone on the clock when she opened the scoring. Miedemar, who scored her 20th in all competitions in the North London derby last weekend. It's the third successive season she's managed 20+ goals in all competitions. Van der Donk into Roord. Slipped through for Nobbs. As Evans tries to get there first, Nobbs gets it across and Bagley just does enough to tip it over the crossbar. And a touch that was needed from the 24-year-old goalkeeper with Miedemar at the far post. You don't need me to tell you that she'll have a busy afternoon's work. Sophie Bagley. Little's delivery, up went Van der Donk. In the end, Arsenal able to bring it down through Little. This is Nobbs. Velti across to Wubben-Moy. Good press this from Bristol City. Williams eventually has to join in to find Meyer, who can take it forward here for Arsenal. Velti's forward pass, looking for Van der Donk. Bagley, though, with the help of defenders, able to gather ahead of the Dutch midfielder. And Gemma Evans has taken a knock from her own goalkeeper for her trouble. Evans, who was named in Gemma Granger's first Welsh squad this week. Bristol City will be hoping that this isn't too serious for Gemma Evans. They do have a few defenders on the bench, the likes of Rafferty, Jones, Lazel. Although Bagley also looks in trouble. Which would be a real concern for Bristol City if their goalkeeper is forced off the pitch. She's played in all but one of Bristol City's Women's Super League games this season. The only one she missed was a 4-0 defeat against Everton. Benedict Haaland made her Women's Super League debut that day. And is on the bench this afternoon, the Norwegian goalkeeper. Well, it's been a pretty relentless start, this, from Arsenal. Bristol City might be pleased to have that breather, if anything, to try and relax things and take some tempo out of the game. Humphrey able to hook the ball onto Harrison. Lovely control from the Scottish forward, tried to thread it through for Pike. Seen back to the goalkeeper by Wilburn Moy as Williams rolls out to Velty. Meyer on to Van der Donk. Wellings will chase this as Velty clears for Arsenal, helped on by Van der Donk, but in steps Bryson. Good control from Harrison. Can she get a cross in here? Towards the back post, it came off the back of Wellings. And Arsenal are able to play their way up the right channel. Wellings, who scored last weekend against Birmingham, against their former club. Cross just behind her on that occasion, but excellent work from Abby Harrison, who Molly Pike, I think, will be trying to support as much as possible this afternoon to ensure it's not quite as difficult for her up front as it would be if she was completely on her own. They were home to Manchester City last time they were without Ebony Salmon, and it was a difficult evening for Abby Harrison that night, up front on her own. Here's Pike, lost out to Roord. Little was fouled off the ball, but Arsenal retained possession as Van der Donk flicks it back to Velty. In the end, Meyer just smashing the ball clear. Bristol City, though, gaining in confidence and certainly committing more red shirts forward. Evans looks forward. Ritz will try and see it out of play and does just that, and actually drew a foul from Perfield too. Miedemar turns, may have been caught, but Arsenal continue. Van der Donk's ball forward over hit. This ball picked up by Pike. What a turn that is as well from the Everton loanee. Molly Pike, who can play it through for Harrison here. Lotta Wilburn-Moy trying to intercept. Bristol City playing some good stuff here. Bit of a slow start, and Certainly for the first 10-15 minutes, it was all Arsenal, but they've grown into the contest. And that break in play I mentioned as they put the ball out of play, when both Bagley and Evans went down, may well have helped them just settle things down, settle themselves down, and allow them to grow into the game. Bryson's ball forward. Williams watched the bounce and was able to claim. That was courageous play from Caitlin Ford. Skills with a couple of fouls on the Australian. Belty into Miedemar. There, Belty again. Miedemar, roared, trying to slip it through both Van der Donk and Miedemar had made similar runs. Little crossfield, ambitious and overhit, looking for Van der Donk. Seen out of play by Gemma Purfield. Former Liverpool player who's enjoying a lot more game time this season than last campaign. Started just one league game for Liverpool last season. Has played in all but one in the Women's Super League this campaign for Bristol City. Lotte Wubben-Moy. Long ball forward, chased by Miedemar and well watched by Gemma Evans, who was able to nod back to Bagley and got enough on the header too. Pike into Humphrey, smart turn. Now Wellings. Able to drive forward and inside here, Wellings. Purfield. Cleared by Velty, but back towards her own corner flag as Moritz gives Lotte Wubben-Moy the chance to clear. Wellings looking for Harrison. Back to Wellings it went, but Harrison came back from an offside position. Velty gave it away. Palmer through to Harrison, but Velty covers and makes amends. Ruben Moy into Nobbs. Van der Donk able to ride the challenge from Bryson. And now a bit of space for Caitlin Ford. Maya makes the run inside of her. Ford again. In step Bryson, but Ford rides that challenge too. Rord. Maya looking for Ford once again. Crossed into Miedemar, off the post. Nobbs on the rebound. Somehow blocked again. Miedemar once more. And now Rord skills with the block that time. Courageous stuff this from Bristol City. Little wide to Nobbs. Lifted in, but cleared away by Gemma Evans. And Arsenal, who have really threatened in the last 5 or 10 minutes, suddenly with a bit of an onslaught. Bristol City, though, staying ever so resilient. Miedemar's effort coming back off the post, and the follow-up from Nobbs, it was smashed towards goal, but somehow blocked from in front of the goal line. Might have even been Bagley with the save. Well won back by Evans as Bagley clears. Maya goes back to Williams. Van der Donk, plenty of space ahead of her. Slips it through beautifully for Miedemar, who gets there ahead of Perfield too. And in the end, Evans with a brilliant recovery tackle to put the ball out of play for a corner. Well, approaching the last 15 minutes of the first half, Arsenal a goal to the good, and approaching a period in the game where Arsenal have been very strong this season. They've scored 13 goals in the last 15 minutes of first halves this season in the WSL, and that's without conceding in that time frame at all this season in the league. Can they edge further ahead just after the half-hour mark? Headed away by Harrison. Ruben Moy onto Little, twisting and turning and getting a cross away which was deflected. Well, I wouldn't usually give goal alerts, but it's good news for Arsenal fans because Brighton and Hove Albion have taken the lead against Manchester United. Inessa Cagman has scored from the penalty spot. Here's Rord. Corner went short as Van der Donk helped it on to Little. Now Nobbs. Good angle this for a cross. Headed away, and Miedemar will try and pick up the loose ball here. Teasing cross from Miedemar into what would have been a dangerous area. Now Nobbs. Miedemar drives on. Slipped it through for Nobbs, unable to get away from the last challenge. It was Humphrey's interception. The Skills battles away with Maya and finds Wellings up the line. She's dispossessed by Ford, and Arsenal can try and come forward again. Well, they've certainly stepped it up a gear or two, Arsenal, despite Rord unable to find that pass out wide on that occasion. Felty under a bit of pressure here. Goes back to Williams. Chased down by Humphrey, but manages to find Caitlin Ford. And now Van der Donk, on to Maya. Plenty of space for her initially, but it was Bryson who came back to make the challenge. As Van der Donk loses out to Gemma Evans. Once again, the offside flag raised against Abby Harrison. Broad providing an option from the throw. Felty over to Woburn-Moy. Lovely ball through. Maya trying to help it on to Miedemar. Van der Donk turns and finds Caitlin Ford. Woburn-Moy. Roared. Good first touch that from Jill Roard. Miedemar makes a run off the shoulder. Roard slips it through for Ford, who cuts it across, and it was an important interception from Kira Skills. Arsenal corner. Skills, who's on loan from Reading and has certainly embedded herself into an important part of Bristol City's back line. Well, a number of players crowding Sophie Bagley inside the 6-yard area. It's a dangerous corner. Bagley did enough to get her fists on it. And it's off the crossbar in the end. It was the flick-on header from Miedemar.
Mark, do you want me to send the video back quick?
Well, it's a couple of times now Arsenal have hit the woodwork. They haven't really grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck, so to speak, since going ahead, at least for a sustained period, as we probably would have expected, but they're still putting pressure on the Bristol City goal. Aiming for that second to give them a little bit of breathing space. And they'll be more than aware that Bristol City have certainly had their moments going forward. Maya. Miedemar chases and is up against Skills here and does well to beat the Reading Loney. Still going Miedemar, and it comes off the post again. It would have been a wonderful individual goal from Vivian Miedemar. It was a well-disguised finish. It looked like she was going to try and bend it towards the far corner, but cut it back towards the near post. Sophie Bagley was beaten. Unfortunately for Miedemar, the post wasn't. Claimed by Bagley. Rather less than impressive corner from Little, certainly by her standards. Van der Donk collects deep. Here's Maya. Velty clips it forward, cut out by Bryson. As Miedemar intercepts Amy Palmer's forward pass. Harrison battling away with Maya as Miedemar helps it inside to Rord. Now Wilbur Moy. Miedemar trying to scamper onto the loose ball. Bryson did enough to help it back to Bagley. Just got there ahead of the Dutch forward. Here's Velty. A lot of space here for Van der Donk. Nobbs trying to thread it through for Ford. It might ricochet towards Moritz here. Arsenal players queuing up, and it was an important block from Jana Daniels, stopping the cross from the Swiss fullback Moritz. Little's delivery, headed away off the line. Wilbur Moy. Teed up Rord, it's blocked again. Wilbur Moy once more. And eventually picked up by Pike, who sends it forward. Nobbs kept it in play. Van der Donk. Cries of step there from Bristol City boss Matt Beard, who saw that as a chance for his side to press again. Here's Caitlin Ford though, and that was a brave header from Gemma Evans. Ford penalised for a high foot. Little turns beautifully away from 3. Miedemar on to Ruben Moy. Wonderful play that from Leah Velti. Arsenal looked like for a moment they could have been in trouble. Meyer on to Miedemar. Meyer again. Miedemar on to Nobbs. Nobbs with the delivery. Miedemar might keep this in play. Did so brilliantly and may have won a side of throw too. Wonderful dummy from Ford. Knobs through to Miedemar. And Miedemar across to Van der Donk. 2-0 Arsenal before half-time. A scintillatingly brilliant move from the Gunners. And finished off by Danielle Van der Donk for her first goal for Arsenal since October. Unselfishly set up by Miedemar, returning the favour after Van der Donk set her up for the first goal. And it was Danielle Van der Donk who passed the ball into the corner to give Arsenal that little bit of breathing space before half-time. They had been knocking at the door, and it's the 14th time they've scored in the final 15 minutes of the first half of the Women's Super League this season. They finished first half strongly, and they've done the same again this afternoon. Could even be on the hump for a third. Van der Donk over the top looking for Ford. Bryson just about did enough to keep it away from the Australian. Well, that goal will probably act as a bit of a double sucker punch for Bristol City. As we go into half-time on the blow of Sarah Garrett's whistle, Bristol City 0, Arsenal 2. Vivian Miedemar, after just 4 minutes, opening the scoring with a low drive across goal, which found the bottom corner. And it was goal scorer turned provider for Miedemar as she set up Dutch teammate Van der Donk for the second just before half-time. After what was a brilliant Arsenal move, they carved Bristol City open and deservedly lead 2-0 going into the break. And for Bristol City, they'll be disappointed to have conceded that second so close to half-time as well. 1-0 they'd have probably taken having conceded early on, but that second means that Matt Beard has a big half-time team talk ahead of him. So from half-time here at Twerton Park, Bristol City 0, Arsenal 2. Going into the second half, Vivian Miedemar and Danielle Van der Donk with the goals to ensure Arsenal have a decent advantage going into the second 45. And they're preparing a couple of changes too, with Leah Williamson and Beth Mead both ready to come on for the second half. So Leah Velty replaced by Leah Williamson. Beth Mead also coming on at half-time, returning from suspension. And she's coming on for Ford. Well, it'll be the same formation for Arsenal. Williamson just slotting into centre half and Mead going out onto that left-hand side for Ford. And Arsenal, who capped off a fairly controlled first 45 with a brilliantly worked second. Fantastic link-up play involving a Ford dummy. And Maritz's forward pass into Miedema, who squared it for Van der Donk. Van der Donk now onto Mead. Good start to the second half this for Arsenal. As Mead's cross is deflected, it's an early gunner's corner in this second 45. Beth Mead will take the set piece. Well, it's not the first time that Sarah Garrett's gone over to the Arsenal corner taker to make sure it's within the D, the ball that is. Mead's delivery is dangerous and curled just beyond the far post. Would have been some introduction to the game had that crept in from Beth Mead. Meyer goes back to Williams. Little back to Wubben-Moy. Broad to Little. Now a bit of space for Meyer. Seeking Mead, who's trying to make things awkward for Skills, who nearly gave it away to Van der Donk, who read the back pass. Bagley got there ahead of her. Gemma Perfield trying to carry the ball beyond Nobbs. Had to stop and go back though, as Evans clears. Noah Moritz keeps it in play. Little returns it to the Swiss fullback. Williams onto Little again. Meyer lost out to Wellings. Arsenal, though, work hard to win it back between Mead and Meyer. And stepped Pike. Van der Donk races onto the loose ball and can carry it forward for Arsenal. Releases Miedema. Nobbs at the far post. Van der Donk in the centre too. Excellent work from Miedema. Can she get a shot away? Denied by Bagley. Well, it was nothing short of superb skill on the byline from Miedema. And it deserved a goal, but Bagley was equal to the effort. Well, off the ball collision between Harrison and I think Williamson. Harrison stayed down. Harrison visibly unimpressed and letting out her frustration at Sarah Garrett, the referee. Well, Williamson will get the game back underway with an excellent ball over the top. Well covered, though, by Gemma Evans. Knobs back to Moritz. Inside to Mead. Lovely feet from Beth Mead, who's able to help it wide to Moritz. Van der Donk into Mead once more. Rather fizzed the ball into Beth Mead, though. It made it difficult for her to control. As Pike looks over the top for Bristol City. Well cut out by Lotte Wubben-Moy. And a delicate pass looking for Miedemar. Williamson back to Wubben-Moy, who returns it to Leah Williamson again. Little on to Maya. Excellent strength that from Beth Mead. Broad helps it over to Moritz. Knobs foraying inside. Miedemar tried to thread it through two Bristol City players looking for Van der Donk. He's picked up possession again, though, Miedemar. An orthodox 1-2 with Molly Pike. It's still Miedemar. And Broad thought about a shot, helped it out to Van der Donk, picked up by Moritz. Knobs with the overlapping run. In the end, headed away up to Humphrey and cleared further out by Pike. Still Arsenal in the ascendancy. Me trying to twist and turn away from Bryson. Has to go back to Little. Mead again. Took the shot and it's a fierce effort which comes off the post. Well, I make that 4 times now Arsenal have hit the woodwork this afternoon. Mead ever so unlucky that time. Certainly caught hold of it really well, Beth Mead. There's a lot of power behind the strike. Well, looking to brew another wonderful move there, Arsenal, but it was well intercepted in the end as Palmer looked to try and clip it forward. Beth Mead almost taking it beyond Skills, who read exactly what Mead was trying to do. Williamson takes it forward. Well, Bristol City with a rare chance in his second half for a bit of possession inside Arsenal's half, but they've given it away as Van der Donk brings it away for Arsenal. Carried forward by Williamson. Van der Donk again. Good feet and a switch to Mead. Ward and Nobbs in the centre. Moritz making her way into the 18-yard area. It's Miedemar over the top that time. Harrison, with a lot to do on her own, does well to hold it up for long enough to invite support from Perfield, who couldn't quite find Pike over the top.
You can see the class of the players, can't you, there, son?
Arsenal's shape, though, continues to be very impressive. They seem to have a lot more territorial advantage in this second half as well. I certainly think that Leah Williamson and her ability to bring the ball out of the back has probably helped with that. Beth Mead has also looked pretty impressive coming off the bench at half-time too. Unlucky not to score. Little into Van der Donk. Good turn from Pike, now Humphrey. On to Bryson. Took the shot on Bryson, it was on target, but a routine save for Lydia Williams. Signed from Melbourne City in July, Williams. It's a 7th Women's Super League appearance since joining Arsenal. Ward finds Nobbs, Mead in the centre. Nobbs trying to pick her out, and Mead just got there ahead of Bagley. Thought she might have forced a corner, but a goal kick is awarded by both assistant referee and match official. Harrison flicks it on. Mead, good turn. Spreads it wide to Miedemar. Miedemar might fancy going alone again. The sliding challenge came in though and was executed by Evans, but Bristol City give it away again. Nobbs into Miedemar, turns smartly, and again. In the end, crowded out though as Bryson plays forward to Humphrey. Skills into Palmer. Bagley over to Bryson. Little picks up the loose ball. Now Van der Donk. Roord, Van der Donk again. Disguised ball, but an ambitious one to try and find Miedema. I think the easier ball was out wide to Nobbs, and Van der Donk knows that. That's probably why she's got her hands on her head.
Double substitution for Arsenal, leaving the field number 16, Noel Moritz.
So Moritz here being replaced for Arsenal.
And she'll be replaced by number 4, Anna Patton.
Anna Patton and Marlene Gutt coming on. Van der Donk, the other player, replaced.
Number 7, Danielle Van der Donk. She's been replaced by number 21, Malin Gut.
Well, a goal and an assist for Van der Donk. Back on the goal-scoring trail after nearly 6 months without a goal for Arsenal. Mead wins it back for the Gunners and threads it through to Miedema. Roared in the centre, Miedema went alone. Sky high off the left foot of Vivian Miedema. She could have teed up Jill Roord for a trio of Dutch goal scorers this afternoon. Opted against doing so. Wibben-Moy into Roord. Wonderful control and a layoff to Nobbs. Roord returns it to Nobbs once more. And Little. Patient play this from Arsenal. Patton's delivery. Headed away as far as Mead, who makes it 3 for Arsenal. Deflected home on the goal line, but it's the substitute Beth Mead, back from suspension and amongst the goals to add a third for Arsenal.
Goal for Arsenal scored by number 9, Beth Mead.
In the right place to fire home first time. It's her 4th in the Women's Super League this season. And Arsenal have been pretty relentless in this second half. Have that third goal they most definitely deserve. And this game is surely out of sight now. Roord turns. Plenty of blue shirts staying forward as Miedema tees up Little. And Nobbs. Miedema onto Mead. Mead's attempted cross deflected as Humphrey tried to clear. Williamson driving forward. Still Williamson and threads it through for Little. Excellent pass to Nobbs. Bagley makes the save, but Miedema was not going to miss from there. And has stayed on side to make it 4-0 to Arsenal. Well, it's another well-crafted move from the Gunners. Brilliant run from Williamson and a disguised pass to find Mead. Miedema applying the finishing touch after Bagley got a hand to it.
Substitution for Bristol City in the field, number 8, Carla Humphrey.
Well, meanwhile, Carla Humphrey is replaced by Master Antonio. in that Bristol City midfield. And now surely it's about damage limitation for the Robins. Arsenal have found an awful lot of space in the final third in this second half. Daniels takes the shot on it, beaten away by Williams and fired over in the end by Brighton. Well, that's the kind of response that Matt Beard would have been after from his side. Excellent strike that from Yana Daniels. Williamson into Rord. Nobbs rode the challenge from Evans as Rord takes the ball inside. On to Mead it goes. Mead gave it away though to Wellings, who manages to win her side a free kick. Well, those two goals in quick succession has certainly taken the sting out of the contest, certainly as far as Bristol City will be concerned. Bryson's attempted cross deflected. Even Miedemar back there helping out. Composed play from Lotte Wubben-Moy. Meyer back to the 22-year-old as Mead turns. Rord in the centre. Nobbs makes a forward run too. This is Jordan Nobbs. Across to Rord, and it was well intercepted by Evans. Daniels lost out. Picked up here by Patton. Well, Bristol City readying another couple of changes here. Arsenal also making one too.
Substitution for
Arsenal, Jill Rord is being replaced by Katie McCabe.
She'll be replaced by number 15, Katie McCabe.
Bristol City bringing on Naomi Lazelle for Faye Brayson.
She's been replaced by number 25, Naomi Lazelle.
And finally, Emma Bissell coming on for Harrison.
And she's been replaced by number 17, Emma Bissell.
Meyer playing it through, looking for the substitute McCabe, who was offside. Well, a set piece in a decent area here for Bristol City. Can they fashion some kind of opportunity here? Out came Williams, who dropped it. It was cleared by Miedemar.
That doesn't look good. There's not a lot of movement there, is there?
Play stopped for a head injury. Kira Skills in the thick of it after Arsenal managed to clear their lines a few moments ago.
And then that try right at bedtime with Carol Sheehan's conversion to win. I nearly forgot myself on that day. He was upstairs. Running upstairs. So I'm jumping up and down. Carol scored that better. I'm sorry, jumping up like further right.
I get the feeling that if Bristol City are to find some kind of consolation between now and the end of the game, it may come from a set piece like they just had a few minutes ago. Even counter-attacking against this Arsenal side, proving very difficult with how well organised they look this afternoon. Wellings was caught as Woodman turned the former Birmingham player. Once again, play stopped. Well, Wellings does look to be bleeding, so I'll have to come off the pitch to receive treatment. As are the protocols. McCabe into Miedemar. Threaded through for Little. Nobbs in support, back to Little again. It's still Kim Little, and it's just wide. It's an Arsenal corner, it was well kept out. It was another mesmerising move. Little and Nobbs once again combining. They played some excellent stuff this afternoon. All cleared by Pike. Set back into the area, it found its way to Miedemar. Got wide to Williamson. Lifts it high and kept out by Bagley. Able to gather there just underneath her crossbar. Bristol unable to keep the ball in play. Miedemar goes back to Williamson. Well, they can certainly take their time and control the rest of the match, Arsenal. They will, of course, look to try and add to the scoreline. And they may well do here with Miedemar. Important challenge, and Pike once again well placed to clear the danger. Mead stayed on side. Woodenmoy into McCabe, who turned skills and was brought down by the 19-year-old. McCabe playing a bit further forward off the bench, as she has done in the last couple of weeks, where she's played left back. That hasn't stopped her scoring, though. She's managed 2 in Arsenal's last 3 on the road. Goals against Tottenham and a stunning strike against Aston Villa. McCabe lays it off to Beth Mead. A long way wide from her.
Substitution for Bristol City, leaving the field, number 14, Amy Palmer.
Another change for the home side.
And she'll be replaced by number 5, Laura Rafferty.
As Laura Rafferty comes on for Palmer. Rafferty, who's on loan from Brighton, was called up to the Northern Ireland squad for their double-header against Ukraine for a place at Euro 2022 in the forthcoming international break. Joins Bristol City's back line as they revert to 5 at the back by the looks of things. Or in fact, rather not. I think they've stayed 4 at the back, but they pushed Skills up into midfield. Not for the first time either. She has played in midfield a few times this season. For the Robins. Mastrantonio's pass back to Rafferty, nearly intercepted by Mead. Bagley onto Daniels, brought down by Guts, who gave it away cheaply to Wellings. Takes a shot on, it was an awkward bounce, and Lydia Williams almost misjudged it, but managed to get her body behind it and gather. Meyer into Marlene Guts. Loose touch from her, but is able to help it back to Williamson. She then gives it away. And the second time of asking is able to find Anna Patton. Arsenal just a little bit sloppy in possession in the last couple of minutes. Can afford to take their foot off the gas a little bit, Arsenal, but they won't want to be the architects of their own downfall and concede. They're on course for a 5th successive clean sheet, should they hold on in these final 10 minutes or so. Mead on to Meyer, who stayed onside. It was Evans' interception. Meyer tried to get it in again. Rafferty cleared that time. Oh, what a smart turn that is from Meyer. Here's Kira Skills. Lost out to McCabe, who picks out Miedemar. Vivian Miedemar created the opportunity. It took a wicked deflection. He goes behind for a corner. Skills picked up possession and was suddenly swarmed by 3 or 4 blue shirts. McCabe teasing cross into the 6-yard area, cleared away by Mastrantonio. Mead won the header against Pike. Got over to Williamson. McCabe switched inside to Nobbs. Crunching tackle from Mastrantonio. As Daniels plays inside to Pike. Switches it over to Bissell. Tried to find Wellings. Arsenal, though, once again getting back in numbers. There's space for Skills. Little 1-2 with Rafferty. Loose pass inside, though. Given away to Little. Miedemar, across went Lazell. Miedemar able to keep possession away from the 17-year-old. Now Nobbs. No effort blocked. Gets a second bite at the cherry, though, and finds Mead. Delicate cross looking for Miedemar. Bagley punches it away. Bristol City clear as far as Marlin Guts. Trying to thread it through for Nobbs. Perfield picks up possession for Bristol City. And a pattern, deep cross. McKay back to Nobbs. Important block from Rafferty and a second block as well. But Miedemar saved by Bagley. Well, that looked like it had to be a hat-trick for Miedemar, but Bagley able to keep it out from on our goal line. It was almost too casual from Miedemar. Arsenal continuing to make Bristol City work off the ball. Ruben Moy gave it away that time to Skills. Little 1-2 between herself and Mastrantonio. In the end, it was Meyer who slid in to put the ball out of play. Rafferty clearing for Bristol City. McCabe on to Meyer. Neat 1-2 between the pair. Still McCabe. Is able to force a corner off of Emma Bissell. Ruben Moy, well placed, but unable to find the target. Well picked out as well from the corner. Well, Arsenal closing in on a second successive 4-0 away win at Bristol City. That was the scoreline last time they were away to today's opponents, and similar goal scorers as well, actually. Miedema with a brace that time. Van der Donk also on the score sheet. The only difference being the other player to score that afternoon was Nobbs, as opposed to today being Beth Mead. Good run this from Purfield. And it's come off the crossbar, her effort towards goal. The Skills battles away out wide. Thinks that she should have won her side a free kick, but it's McCabe who brings it away. Over it goes to Miedema, who's onside. This will surely be a hat-trick if she goes alone. Bagley with another stop. And Miedema getting increasingly frustrated by the Bristol City goalkeeper. She has no idea how she hasn't got a hat-trick this afternoon. There's a little individual battle going on between Bagley and Miedema. And I think it will be a little win for the Bristol City goalkeeper if she prevents a Miedema hat-trick this afternoon. Mead's cross, clawed away by Bagley. Welling's inside as Bristol City give it away to Kim Little. Picked up here by Mastrantonio. Purfield on to Daniels. Guts challenge, Bristol City throw. Miedema not giving up on chasing Bagley down. Loose touch from Skills. Miedema was offside as she collected possession. Mead looks over the top for Nobbs. Miedema's free in the centre. Nobbs was looking over at the Dutch forward, but picked out McCabe, who sets up Kim Little. Well blocked as McCabe tries to keep it alive. Little then back to Marlene Guts. She takes on the effort and claimed by Bagley at the second time of asking.
There'll be a minimum of 4 minutes added time. 4 minutes.
Arsenal building again, McCabe. Marlon Gutt over to Anna Patton. Little through to Nobbs. One-on-one with Bagley. It's another stop from the Bristol City goalkeeper. Ruben Moy to take it forward this time. Marlon Gutt. Little. Mead once again in space. Looking to go around the outside of Turfield. Who wins her side a free kick. Maybe an opportunity for Bristol City with the ball over the top from Mastrantonio. Meyer back to Williams, who's pressed, but returns it to the German defender. Here's McCabe. Gutt takes it forward. Turfield collects for Bristol City. Laid off by Daniels to Pike. Good touch and a decent ball through for Wellings too. Well defended by Meyer and cleared away by Williams. As Patton goes back to Williamson. Got about a minute left of stoppage time. Little over the top for Miedemar. One last chance to secure a hat-trick. Still going Miedemar. Just about taken away from her by Naomi Lazel. As Daniels looks over the top for Wellings. Williamson covered and plays back to Williams. Well, it's 5 wins on the bounce for Arsenal, 5 clean sheets in a row as well for the Gunners. Bristol City's defensive resilience cracked 4 times this afternoon. Arsenal managing to hop their way through with some scintillating moves as sweet as chocolate on Easter Sunday. The only disappointment really for the Gunners being that Vivian Miedemar didn't secure a hat-trick. She had enough chances to do so. But it was a brace this afternoon for the Dutch forward. Goals 2 for Daniel van der Donk before half-time and substitute Beth Mead in the second half. But a good afternoon's work for Arsenal. As for Bristol City, it was always going to be difficult for them this afternoon. Conceding early on didn't help. But a comprehensive victory this afternoon for Arsenal. It's finished Bristol City 0, Arsenal 4.